Got it all painted, ready for that whole unit to slide right in there. Boom. So yesterday I took the inner fender off that side of the Chrysler 300, and we just have it very rudimentarily, roughly test fit, not quite in the right spot yet, but just an idea of what's gonna go down. We got some rough measurements, trim a little bit of stuff and make them kind of fit together like a puzzle piece. But yeah, that's what's going down right there. Got some measurements, I got some cutting to do, and we're actually going to pull this back off of here and fab up some bracketry down here and down here and down there and over on the other side. And make that all kind of bolt in, and then once it's bolted in, we will weld it all the way after we know for sure everything's legit. So, kind of trippy, but yep, that's what we're doing. Test fit number 2. Gotta go in 1 more inch that way. A little bit of trimming, 1 more test fit, and we should be able to start marking holes to get this thing semi-bolted in there. So, where we at? Test fit number 3. It's in there. Knock the car off before I knock it off. 1 clamp holding it, that's it. Bunch of bolts. Bunch of bolts. Bunch of bolts. The other side looks kind of empty. Just had to check. Fender almost fits. I think we're going to be close enough to make that work. Like, I know the body lines aren't perfect, obviously, but they are lining up, and like the fender is going the right direction, you know what I mean? I was concerned that we weren't going to be able to set it up, being that the upper fender edge is just completely different. See, this is just completely flat, and that is got some roundness and whatnot to it. Of course, we're going to have to make a couple little bracketry situation here to make it bolt up, but got the bottom plate in the back in. Not even sure what's next now. Gotta figure it out. So, took it all back apart. Built this support bracket that goes down to meet up with the outer subframe rail and all the way up to the cowl and back. And we're just gonna weld it all together now. And then the whole unit bolts on there.
No fucking way.
Bolts in the rest of those spots. And once we do the other side and we verify that all of our measurements are exactly perfect, then they'll get welded in. And we'll leave the bolts too after, just as a, you know, twice as strong. So, bare frame rail with all the bracketry is completed. No clamps. Fully bolted in. All the measurements are perfect. Even looks kind of cool on there. Fender fits. Hood hinge closes and opens, doesn't contact nothing. Super surprised that this is working. free. It's coming out. Yeah, boy. Jump, jump, jump. Start on the other side. Yep, there it is. Still got a bunch of work to do. Fits in there though. So there it is. I think this is basically the final test fit before we do all the welding on the front end, and that's where it's going to stay forever. Got the subframe bolted in, front and rear. Even got a couple bolts in the transmission mount. I'll have to fab up the rest of the bracket to make all 4 of the bolts bolt up in the transmission mount, but we got it at the right level, I think, so we can get the right measurements to create that bracket. And we even went as far as like putting the fender on and starting to look at what wheel we're going to be able to run. Looks like that's a 18. We got a 20 here. It's a 20 by 10 though. We're dealing with a little bit of width issues, so I think we're going to have to run the 18 by 8 in front, and then we'd like to go a lot bigger in the back obviously, but even that 18 by 8 is going to stick out a little bit, so you're probably going to have to get a different tire. Once the wheel goes up, I'm hoping, once there's some weight on it, I'm hoping that cambers in a little bit, and maybe we could just get away with like rolling the fender, or I mean, wide body? Shit, if we're going wide body, you might as well put the 20 by 8s on it though, right? Yeah. Okay, that's where we're at. Gonna test fit the other fender today and just put the wheel on it. We actually, yesterday we had the dash in, the modern dash, and we had the steering wheel all hooked up. We went lock to lock back and forth with the modern steering and everything from the 06 Chrysler, and it went fine. It didn't bind, so that kind of gave us the okay on going ahead and mounting all the rest of this shit up here, man. This is like
I'm insane! I'm insane, everybody!
On the back end now of the fabrication on the front end. You can start working on the back end. Alright, that's where we're at. Boom. So, fenders, grill, just finished measuring for the radiator. Should be good. Just gonna have to mount up the radiator mount bar underneath there for it to sit on. Should be fine. Everything's kind of coming together. Now that it looks kind of nice, we gotta take it all back apart and like weld stuff forever. So I guess we'll start doing that, I guess. Well, here it is for the last time before I take it all apart and weld everything forever and paint everything and reinstall it all. So it's the subframe, the engine, the transmission, the brakes, the suspension, all the control arms, all the steering. Upper control arms are mounted in there even. Upper shock mounts. Everything from this car, 2006 Chrysler 300. And it's all currently installed into this car, which is a 1973 Plymouth Duster. So tonight we're just going to pull everything back apart since it passed its test fit. We test fitted everything together, hooked up the dash and the steering wheel, and went lock to lock. And oh, what happened, dude? There it is. Yeah, yeah. Back to nothing again. Shit. Time to start welding, I guess. It's gonna be the last time it's like this. I'm gonna paint it put it all back together. Jump! Shop looking a little weird right now. Yeah. It's about to prime and paint the firewall and inner fenders. We're gonna put that motor and transmission, subframe, suspension, brake, steering, all that shit in here for one last time. Yeah, boy. Getting her done. Clear coat time. That's right, color reveal. Oh shit. Yeah, it's silver. Viper Silver is called. Just about to get some clear on there. Maybe a little pop of something extra. Pa-pow. Got it all painted. Looking sick. Some flakes in there. Camera not really picking it up. There you go. Yeah. Sure. Got it all painted, ready for that whole unit to slide right in there. Boom, for the last time. Yeah, boy, pretty stoked.
Yeah.